Hello, everyone. We're back today, and we've got two guests. We got the duo from the Two Sides of the Story podcast. Do you want to introduce yourselves and plug and all that?
Yeah, absolutely. Sean, you want to take it away?
Yeah, sure. My name is Sean Sides. I'm from Two Sides of the Story podcast, and this is my handsome cousin, Thomas Sides.
How you doing?
So, you plug your show a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your show.
So the show kind of started off with the idea that Sean and I don't know each other that well. We didn't meet each other until I was 25 and he was 28. No, you're like 5 years older than me.
Yeah, 30. I was.
30. So that's where our kind of relationship started. But even then, we only hung out like 6 or 7 times. So once I moved away again, we kind of had Sean had the idea to like start a podcast, and then it just kind of grew from there. And now we talk all things pop culture, or we just have a conversation with one another to see what our takes on hypotheticals are, and then we'll probably argue and butt heads about certain things and agree on others.
Yeah.
Like any good family.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's been a fun, like the podcast for us is like more than just like a regular show because it's giving us the opportunity to like get to know our family because we are family, and our bond has grown a lot in the time that we've been doing the show now and gotten to know each other where it's just we use nerdity to like guide ourselves into the show. And now we just like talk life and, make fun of each other and see where the show takes us.
And it's an amazing show. I absolutely love it, and everyone should definitely check it out because. And where can they find it too? That's the other thing.
Oh, you can find it on all the platforms. We're on the big ones with the Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and I got a barking dog in the background here right now. Deli, come here. But we're everywhere. You can find us on. She agrees.
Yes, and I highly recommend everyone check them out. Their link to their podcast will be in somewhere the description or wherever things end up.
Thank you.
Now we have something. You guys talking about hypotheticals? Well, we got something very hypothetical to talk about. We're going to be drafting our own teams of superheroes and supervillains based on a very random selection of characters. So
yeah, I'm excited with the list that you came up with because it is random and it pulls from Marvel and DC, which is fun as well, right?
I tried to keep them as equal as possible. I don't know what the actual numbers ended up being, but I really did try. Now, the biggest question everyone has is, well, first I'm going to go over some of the rules, then we'll get to the order. So
sounds good.
Some of the rules, just so everyone kind of knows. Everyone gets to pick. We're going to end up doing a team of 5 characters, I believe, or 6 characters. Which is the number of characters of the original Avengers team. So there's a very there's a very nice strategic kind of reason for that. And when you choose the character, you have to also choose which version of the character based on their live action appearances you want to use. Now some of them they only have like 1 or 2, but some of them have a lot more. Like most of the Marvel characters, you look at like Doctor Strange as an example. Doctor Strange has appeared in like 4 or 5 movies at this point. So you have a large amount of different movies to choose from.
And we go with versions of them from earlier incarnations. For example, if I choose the Incredible Hulk, could I go Lou Ferrigno? Could I go
anything live action? Anything live action.
Okay.
That's fun.
Nothing animated, nothing from the comics, just because, we need to keep a relatively even playing field. And sometimes, especially with the comics, you get characters who have had, like, very, very, very powerful moments. And so we need to avoid that. I'm thinking mainly about 2 characters on the list. So, yeah. And now the other thing, which I'm going to kind of throw in there as a little bit of a wrench in all of this, you have to consider, at least to some extent, the chemistry that characters will have. So, for example, if I don't even know if this character's on the list, they are not, so that's good. If you chose Mr. Fantastic and you chose Doctor Doom, that probably would not work if you think about building a team. So that's something to also keep in mind.
Makes sense.
Yeah. No, you're building a team, not like a successful team. We're not trying to build a who's who of powers, and then that will probably combust.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, I'm with you.
So now for the order, I have a wheel here with all of our names on it. You can't see it because my screen is blurred, but it's here. Trust me.
Nice.
And so I'm gonna spin it twice, and so that'll be the order, and then we'll just do it in snake draft style, and flip back and forth.
Sounds
Very good.
Are we ready for the spin? That'll decide who goes first.
Go ahead.
Okay, the wheel's spinning. Okay, I'm not even joking. It picked me first. Again.
I
we
believe
you.
Okay, so now we're about to see who's going to go second. Sean's going second.
It's a little bit fixed, but that's fine.
But you'll get 2 picks back to back, so it's all good.
Yeah, perfect.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, so now I don't have an actual time limit for each pick, but I mean, try to keep it relatively. And
Of course.
you know what? There's so many good characters, and this is like.
What I like is that they're not there's a few like first tier superheroes, but there's a lot that are like second and third. Like there's no Batman or Superman on this list.
And there's no Scarlet Witch for a reason.
Yeah.
that was one who actually showed up in the randomness, and I said, nope, there's no chance of that happening.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I'm gonna go. Oh, I feel like this is gonna bite me, but I'm gonna go Black Bolt first. That one was hard to say.
Black Bolt, you're gonna have a guy who can't speak as your first pick in like leadership role.
I mean, there's some leaders. There's a lot of leaders here, so I think there's an opportunity to get some more leaders later on. I think
right, it's an interesting pick, but all right.
I feel like he is a leader in a way. He leads his own. He leads the Inhumans. He's although he can't speak, he can telepathically communicate. Now it's just unfortunate I have to choose one of the worst. Wait, I was choosing from Doctor Strange. You know what? Let's ignore the existence of the Inhuman show.
Yeah, you can choose the version from Doctor Strange. I like that. Go ahead. Sean, you're up, buddy.
All right, that would make it me. I'm going to have to go with... Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm stuck between 2 guys for sure, because one's like a personal favorite and the other is like a decent leader. So I'm like, ooh, which do I want to... I'm going to start off with...
I have a hunch. I know who you're going with.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Wolverine.
Oh.
I got to go there first. He's edgy. He's rustic. Excuse me. I'm going to go with the... from the movie, The Wolverine, like the first Wolverine independent movie he did.
Not Logan?
Wolverine Origins?
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
X-Men Origins Wolverine?
You know what?
Yeah.
No, I'm actually with him on this one. This is an excellent move on his part because he still has all of his memories at that point. So not only are you getting Wolverine, the rabid animal, you're getting Wolverine that is a
mentally
trained
stable.
Soldier. Yes, and mentally stable. Who has like honestly, Sean, I was about to make the exact same pick.
Really?
My
That's
exact
funny.
pick was going to be Wolverine from Wolverine X-Men Origins.
Yeah.
But right before he gets shot in the head.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's like a badass leader at that point too, and ferocious, like you said. That's why that sticks out to me as a sick Wolverine. So
that honestly, you stole my pick, you rat bastard. But, and this happens. We were in a hockey pool together too. He keeps pulling this stunt on me. Always gets the pick ahead of me.
That's true.
I thought you would have gone with Logan Wolverine though. I'm kind of surprised. Like I feel like that is like peak Wolverine in terms of being a leader, especially.
That's a dying Wolverine.
That's a dying.
He's entered a battle.
He's past his prime.
That's true.
Like this, you're getting a peak Wolverine with memories still intact. And think about it. He's lived like at that point like 5 different lives.
That's true.
Like
that's actually a good pick. As much as I hate that movie, that's a good pick.
You could argue that you can get Logan from The Wolverine, which takes place. Yeah. Doesn't that take place in between Origins and the first X-Men?
Something like that, yeah.
Don't ask me about X-Men timelines. I don't even.
All right. Yeah. They play jump rope with timelines. So yeah, right off the bat, Sean, great starting pick.
Yeah.
What do you got, Tom?
Well, I was toying with the idea of Man Thing, but this isn't my pick anymore. I'm gonna come out of the gate with Punisher.
Ooh, that's good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Which version?
What's his name? The 2003 version of Punisher where he fought John Travolta.
Yeah.
So not Netflix. Okay.
No. I'm gonna go with not John Burnham. John Burnham, I think, has too much PTSD for my liking.
Sorry, are you not
That's all.
doing Dolph Lundgren?
I'm never doing Dolph Lundgren. No. What's his name? Aaron Eckhart. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Aaron Eckhart version of Punisher. As much as it's not like on the spectrum for great movies, it is a personal favorite of mine. And I think that if we're assembling a team, his level head whilst getting vengeance is so good that I
You're
think
right.
he'll be a
He's
great
military
leader.
as well, so he has
Yeah.
like the tactical military training to carry him as well. It's not
I
like
mean,
he's
to be fair, Netflix Punisher was also military, so.
that's true.
No,
That is true.
all origins are a military background, but I do find that you want a Punisher that is kind of in control, whereas Jonathan Bernthal's version is like he can go off the edge at any minute. I found that the Aaron Eckhart version is a little more collected about how he does. There's a calmness, a scary calmness to him that will allow him to get vengeance. So I think if I'm going to have someone be the starting of my team, he's my number one pick.
You both pick characters, which is very interesting, who are both have very mentally unstable versions of, and then you pick the mentally stable version.
Yes.
You have a second pick.
If we're going into battle, you need the right side. Right.
That's true.
They're psychopaths of war. Right?
That's true.
All
By
right,
the way,
and I
Black
guess
Bolt kills both your characters instantly. I'm just pointing that out.
like you also don't like if he sneezes. Like I find that Black Bolt comes with more risk. He's high risk, low reward. Like there's a human factor to him that if engaged, like if he fucks up, it's a big fuck up.
But he's very well trained, especially when we're ignoring again Inhumans. When it comes to Doctor Strange, he's very much in control. I'm just saying.
All right. And so I got to come off with a second pick. And I would like to welcome Rogue to the team.
Ooh.
Yeah. I wish I can go 90s cartoon Rogue, but that's off the table. But I will go X-Men 2 Rogue.
Yep, that's logical.
Yeah, I think I'll go X2 Rogue. And
that's a good Rogue.
Could I go Days of Future Past Rogue? She's in it for a brief moment, but who's to say what kind of power she now has? Does she get her super strength? Can she fly now? I'm not all too sure. And there's nothing to say that she doesn't.
But so then, okay, let's go. Let's say it like this. If you don't know, there's a chance she can. There's a chance she can't. Would you rather
roll a dice, Dungeons and Dragons style, see what happens? No. I'll go with the original X2 Rogue, where she has her power of the ability of stealing other people's powers, and I think that she would get along well enough that she's like a young kid, and Aaron Eckhart, the Punisher, would kind of take her under her wing and then kind of like relive the daughter he lost. So I think they would team up well together, much like in the Last of Us video game.
See, that would have been. I was really hoping Rogue would be on the board, but okay, I've got to settle. Okay, so anyways, it's.
I guess that makes it my turn again.
Yes, I'm sure you want a Rogue as well to add to your X-Men collection.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So I was thinking the next choice for myself has to be I'm gonna go with Zod.
Zod. That's interesting.
Ooh, that's a scary pick though.
Which
But it's
version?
also like there's a certain like General Zod being that powerful, but also has a military background. I think him and the
Yeah, but
resting.
who's he gonna take orders from? Because if it's not himself,
If it's a common goal to defeating the other teams, you know what I mean? Then I feel like he would be on the side of Wolverine, and we respect his leadership. And not necessarily Wolverine doesn't necessarily have to be the leader. First pick wasn't necessarily the leader. There could be leaders springing up within your group anywhere to take charge.
didn't work out for him in fucking Krypton when his higher
Yeah, I
up
was
said
gonna
to chill out.
say. That's what I was gonna say.
But he's evil, but there's just power there. Like he has the power of a Krypton.
Yeah, and that's where your team's gonna fucking implode, son.
We'll see.
Go ahead, waste your pick on Zod. Go right
Wait,
ahead.
which version is Zod though? I think this is an important thing to figure out.
Yeah. You gonna go Smallville?
That's an interesting choice.
I feel like there's one version who's powerful, but I feel like in terms of team imploding, would definitely.
I'm gonna go with. Isn't it the Superman? Like the most recent Superman movie?
Man of
Not
Steel?
the most recent. It's Man of Steel or Superman
Cavill.
3.
Yeah, let's go with that, Zod.
Which
No.
one?
What's that? Sorry,
Which one?
from the movie, the most recent movie that I was saying there. Sorry, I can't remember the name of it right now.
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. Yes, that's Zod.
Ooh.
See, now you're choosing a maniacal, like,
Yeah.
maniac as your team on your team as a second string guy. First and foremost, he's coming after you because why'd you pick him first?
He's a maniac though, and we're like, I just think there's harmony there with him and Wolverine. I just see like them working together. I can see them being on the same path.
A great thing of fiction out of your ass right now, and you're just hoping for the best.
I think he was my second pick. I'm not hoping. I think it's a good pick. I'm gonna
Okay.
stand by that pick.
All right.
He's a god. He's a god on Earth, basically.
We'll see what happens when we have this discussion.
Okay. Oh no. Do I do it? I don't know. Very. I don't want to do it. Okay, fine. Give me Ghost Rider. I don't care. I'm doing it.
I was waiting for him to go off the board. Which one are you taking?
I'm taking the original Ghost Rider movie, Nicolas Cage.
We were just talking about this on our own podcast we recorded earlier today about how awful of a film that is.
I like the first one. I do.
Yeah.
I hate the second one, but I like the first one.
That's funny.
Oh, you still like Italian?
Who would have thought Nick Cage would end up in this conversation too, Tom? That's really funny.
Nick Cage is in everything.
He's fucking in everything.
He is. I kind of wish they would bring him back for Deadpool 3, and then you can just have Deadpool kill him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
That'd
kind
be
of sold
fun.
on the idea of Deadpool kills all of the characters that aren't in the MCU kind of thing.
I have a question. Now that we're getting into Deadpool 3, do you think Deadpool's girlfriend is alive and again because they fucked around with the time machine at the end of Deadpool 2?
I wonder how much that Marvel is going to care about. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't know how much they're going to, like, they might just ignore that completely and just, like, pretend she's alive and, well,
she is alive.
but they may not, like, I don't know if they're going to actually, like, address it at all. Like, they might just, you know, kind of say, oh, well, she's alive, and let's just ignore the entire plot of Deadpool 2 kind of thing.
Okay. Interesting.
It feels too complicated for them to get into. I don't know. Because you'd have to
Very
probably deal with
interesting.
some ramifications, right?
Yeah, I guess they'll have to, like, they'll make it work. In Feige, we trust.
Always. So I have a second pick, right?
Yeah.
That's how this works?
What will be your third? Yes, go on.
I'm just petrified this character's coming off the board, so I'm just gonna take them now. I'll take Beast.
Ooh, very interesting pick.
It's a good pick. Which
Yep.
beast though?
Kelsey
Good Beast.
Grammer.
Good Beast. Yeah. Not stupid. New Beast. Old Beast. Good Beast. X-Men 1.
I mean, X-Men Last Stand.
Wait.
We don't get Beast until the third X-Men movie, sir.
You're right. You're right. I am dumb. You're right. X-Men Last Stand.
Yeah. That's it. Kelsey Grammer killed it. He was the right. Honestly, that was perfect casting.
Which is good in a movie of a whole bunch of bad.
See what you will with that fight scene at the end when there's like 6 of them versus an army. That was a dope scene.
They just messed up the story. I didn't think everything was fine. It's just the story was just bad.
Okay, so Beast is off the table. Sean, you're back up.
I got a lead.
Yeah.
Finally.
I'm gonna go with Harley Quinn, Suicide Squad,
The Suicide Squad or Suicide Squad?
the first one.
Like the first movie or the James Gunn version?
Let's go James Gunn version. Why not?
That's better. There you go. That's a pick.
Yeah. I think she can rein the boys in, make them work together.
She's insane.
You picked Harley Quinn as your leader. That's just...
you pick Harley Quinn as your voice of reason?
I think she's gonna rein in a little bit between the two. She's gonna bridge that gap between Zod and Wolverine. I just thought it was the perfect harmony of like fucking insanity.
Wait, if you were gonna pick a Harley Quinn as a leader, why would you not go with Birds of Prey Harley Quinn?
He's picked all 3 of them as his fucking leader so far.
That's what's fun about it is they all think they're the leader.
That feels like the most combustible
That's where
team
that's
ever.
your team. That's where the first domino's gonna fall, my friend.
We'll see. It might all work.
Like I honestly don't see a world where Wolverine doesn't kill Harley Quinn. I don't see it. I don't know why. I don't see
I don't see a world where Zod doesn't kill both of them.
I think that she might end up. I don't know. We'll have some arguing to do about that. I think that she can make it work, and I think they all fall in love with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I guess so.
I if you think so, I don't think that's not how it's gonna work out for you. But all right. I'm gonna take Doctor Strange.
The most powerful character, arguably, who was on the list, is off the board. That took a long time for Doctor Strange to go off the board.
That's why I think it's a subtle pick right now. It's perfect, especially when he goes up against. If we know we're going up against your Black Bolt, bippity boppity, no voice.
Scarlet Witch style.
Yeah, just it's really hard to say words when you don't have a mouth.
Are Punisher and Strange gonna get along?
I think,
especially 2004 Punisher.
Wait, which Doctor Strange?
I think that there's going to be a reluctance, but a respect there. And here's the other thing. Not only do I have a magician on my side, I also have a doctor. So if anyone goes down, I got someone that can heal them up right nice.
Which version of Doctor Strange are we taking?
Oh, we're taking Multiverse of Madness, the main version, the main timeline, Multiverse of Madness, because he gets humbled afterwards. I find after Endgame, he gets humbled. He's not the arrogant dick that he was opposing Tony Stark in Infinity War. I think after that interaction and after the Endgame battle, I think he gets humbled a little bit. He just lost Christine. He's kind of coming into his own of just, all right, I'm a hero for the people now.
It sucks that the What If isn't live action. Otherwise, you could have taken that version of him.
Yeah, but I stand by my pick. I like the Multiverse of Madness version, and I like it. I think a humbled version of Doctor Strange can work within a military rule that is governed by Punisher, and I think that he will know his role in the team.
And in a weird way, Rogue kind of becomes the connector, because like you think about it, Doctor Strange obviously would have an interest in like kind of protecting Rogue, and so would Punisher. So in a weird way, Rogue kind of is like the thing that ties those two together and keeps them friends.
Yeah. See how I have a team that unites, Sean, not a team that
you have
goes
all good
opposing.
guys though. I like to add some bad people in there. I want to mix, you know.
Oh, don't worry. I got another pick coming up. Don't you fucking fret.
Not if I take it first, sir.
No, I have another pick right now.
I know. Yeah, I guess that's true. Let's see what you got.
Yeah. I think for my next pick, I am going to go. I'm gonna go Batman and Robin Bane.
Really?
Yeah, because Batman and Robin Bane follows orders.
That's true.
So he may crush some fucking people, he may add to the destruction, but he's just doing what he's told, and I think that's okay. So let's say if he followed Poison Ivy in that movie and had no reason to. The movies that movie's for 8 and 9-year-olds. I don't think that movie's for anybody else, but he just did what he was told. So if my guys have the reign over Bane, I'm going to take that version of him, and I think that he's going to be an asset to the team. Whereas if I took Dark Knight Rises, I'd have
Chaos.
I would have chaos. Bane from
That's funny.
Batman,
He's controllable,
Robin.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in a weird way, like I feel like Dark Knight Bane.
And he's big, like he's stronger, like he's pure fucking Venom Bane. Like he would give the Hulk a run for his money at that point. A run for his money. He's not winning, but he's a run. He's gonna get in a few good shots. Then he gets pissed off and loses.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the Hulk just rips out the Venom things and then it's done.
Yeah, that's his one weakness. But I will say, for this fight, Bane's gonna be an asset.
Interesting choice, Tom.
Yeah, that feels like a very I don't know. It feels I don't know. I just feel like the Dark Knight Bane is just smarter, and I think you want
smarter, but I don't need smart right now.
It was a cop out in a way because
I have Doctor Strange and the Punisher. I have two brilliant. I have a brilliant soldier. I have a brilliant general at my command, and a brilliant surgeon, and I'm just an all around genius. I don't need more brains than that.
That's fair. That's fair. So then now it's Sean's pick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. I'm going to take the Disney Plus version of She-Hulk.
Was there any other kind?
Nope. That's why it was fun to say it like that. So legally, I know it's not looking good for you guys. I'm just saying that right off the hop. You're going to go to get in your fucking fancy vehicles and they're going to be impounded because I have a lawyer on my side to litigate you guys all day long now. It's going to be a problem. And she can also balance all of the arguments to keep harmony on my team at the same time while using her brute force if anyone wants to fucking challenge her.
Here's what I love about this is that no matter what you pick, it's the rein it in between your team. Yeah. So when Harley Quinn's supposed to rein it in between your team, now you're picking She-Hulk. She-Hulk it's gonna be full use of rage. She's gonna, and I know you're not caught up on the show, but you're gonna be at the end of episode 8 where she's pissed the fuck off.
You're not caught up on She-Hulk?
Not caught up on She-Hulk. I'll get there. But I can still use my imagination, and I just see her. I see this working all day long.
I see us taking advantage of you not knowing your information.
Oh no.
It's slim pickings now.
It's getting down there. Still some good characters on the board though.
I want chaos. I want a little bit of chaos now.
Gotta have some chaos.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the smart thing. I'm not gonna do the chaos thing. Cyclops. Which version of Cyclops, you may ask? And I would tell you that's a very good question.
X-Men end of Days of Future Past?
I'm kind of weirdly tempted to take early new trilogy Cyclops though.
Yeah, the at the end where he gets the 90s outfit, because I like that version. I know I'm upset that they didn't do it in Dark Phoenix. It was at the end of Rise of Apocalypse or whatever that's called.
Yeah, I think that's the version I'm gonna take.
That's a good Cyclops.
You don't want James Marsden being a fucking wiener?
Now, I've got to say, the one thing I've got to say is for full disclosure, I've not seen Dark Phoenix. So
I don't think anybody did, man. You're fine.
So I don't know how good he was in that. I mean, I know the movie was terrible. I don't know how powerful he was in that. So my frame of reference is everything but that one. So, you know.
Makes sense.
Fair enough.
Also, him and Beast's chemistry will be nice.
There's already buds.
I have one quick little butt to add while we're adding butts. She-Hulk from episode 1, 2, 3, and 4.
No, it's not the specific episodes.
Yeah,
the series they're fucking in, sir.
That's an incarnation separately from the other incarnations, though. It was what came after. I don't know about that, right?
No, because she has that rage in her. You saw it in episode 1. Tighten it up.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that because she hasn't, like, it's not like that's like the end of that is kind of her first movie kind of arc in a way, right? You can't just pick out Doctor Strange from moment like 1 hour and 30 minutes.
I like Doctor Strange from 1 hour and 15 minutes into this movie.
It just seems like episodes of their own selves. Now, I'm just getting clarification. Now I know.
Yeah, I think you got to keep the whole arc.
That She-Hulk pick now, eh?
Per season.
Okay, so you got Cyclops. Who else are you taking?
Oh yeah, back to my picks. Stargirl from the CW show, or I don't know what it is.
Interesting choice. I don't know much about her. I gave up a little while ago on the CW shows.
I don't even know if it's actually considered a CW show.
Well, it's in the Bergdahl, or what's his name?
Oh my god.
It's canon with all of them, so.
Yeah. Is it? I guess it is because they're filling a crossover.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're filling crossover with Titans, so is it canon? Because Titans isn't canon to everything else.
Is it? I thought they did a crossover with. I thought she was in one of those like Arrowverse crossover.
Not off the top of my head, I don't think she was.
Like I said, I gave up a long time ago on those shows.
I watched season 1 and half of season 2. Wait, so now for these shows, do we get to pick seasons?
That's a very interesting question.
We're not doing episodes, I learned.
Yeah. Not episodes, but seasons.
I think we gotta keep it to series.
Okay. So then we just choose most recent, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. So a movie's an individual, but a show is a show.
Incarnation, yeah, we'll call it.
Okay. That's good because I was gonna pick season 3 anyways, or season 4, whatever season they're on.
Excellent, dude.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 5 for you, right?
Me.
Yeah, that's 5 for me. So Thomas, your turn.
No, Sean's turn.
Or sorry, Sean's turn. And then
I'm gonna go with Korg.
Decent pick.
He's a good team member.
Yeah, he's gonna rein in everybody else.
I didn't say that. I just said he's a good team member.
Another leader who leads in a completely different way than everybody else.
He's gonna lead the revolution against your team.
It'll be fine. I think he's a solid pick. He's a good guy. I like to have a lot of loose wires. I can say that.
Are you going to take the end version of Thor: Love and Thunder? Is that the Korg you're taking?
I'm going to go with not to say it again, but the first incarnation of Korg when we see him with Thor.
So Thor: The Dark World version of Korg?
Wait, before he was funny?
Before he's funny. There's a fight scene with the Korg where
he's funny all the time.
You're taking before he was before like Dark World, like when it was like not really that same character, but like a different version of his species, I guess. I don't even know if it's considered the same character.
Sorry, yeah. You guys win. It's not the one I was thinking. I was thinking the funny one with Thor. But
Ragnarok.
The first time we see that, I don't even know my movie that well with Thor, but that is the
Thor Ragnarok.
Tell me, Tom.
Ragnarok.
Yeah. Ragnarok. That's a fucking great movie. That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was the better answer because
I was waiting. I just like I know he doesn't have this knowledge, so I like to fuck with him every little
I
bit.
know Tom's like calling me out on it, but it's okay. I'm still
I
having fun.
because I wrote down on the list because I'm obviously keeping track of all these. I wrote down Ragnarok, but then I was about to delete it and put in Dark World because I just that would have messed up your. That would have actually worked with the vibes of your team probably more, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think the funny guy is what I was imagining of like just he's a good team member.
Delete the team. Him and Harley Quinn would get along really well.
There's aspects of
They would
that.
just fuck around. She would be obsessed with like, so are you rock hard everywhere?
She would.
I could see the banter between him and Wolverine on the same subject matter as well in ways.
I feel like Wolverine or Zod would end up annihilating his existence the
I
second he
can
makes
see
a joke.
Wolverine sharpening his claws on Korg.
How does Zod handle being poked fun of by a rock?
How much fun would the conversation though would be like? So is it made of rock? Well, is it made of adamantium? You know, back and forth. It'd be pretty fun.
All right. For my next pick, I'm taking Daredevil off the table.
Damn it! I was hoping to get him later.
He sat for way too long.
So right off the bat, his stealth alone is going to come in handy. Stealth on my team is what's going to beat you, Kilo. You think you have Black Bolt, but if he doesn't know what's coming, he can't use that fucking powerful voice.
I'm just gonna assume you're not talking about Ben Affleck's Daredevil, right?
Oh no! It's Charlie.
Okay.
Charlie Cox. However, the
Really?
Ben Affleck Daredevil with the director's cut, it's a pimp movie. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
But
The director's cut of that Daredevil is a pimp movie.
is Ben Affleck's Daredevil more powerful than Charlie Cox's though?
No, they're the same. They did that right. There's no more powerful than whatnot. Like they gave it like more of a sonar so we could see, but it's not like
But is that not an advantage?
no, because it's the same. They just had more of a budget.
Okay.
It's the same. We don't get to see how he sees it as like red and like kind of just, whereas like there was a more, plus it was in the rain, which helped him. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Also,
yeah,
I'm just no Ben Affleck then. Which is good.
Yeah, no, I'm taking Charlie Cox's Daredevil. Okay, so whatever legal entanglements that Sean wants to put me through with She-Hulk, I already know that Daredevil will mop the floor with her.
Yes.
Lawyer.
That's possible, but I think him being a mere human and her being like a superhero,
Yeah, but I'm talking about a court of law right now, Sean.
Yeah.
And a court of law, I win that fight.
Also,
think that-
things would happen, and I don't know if that would work well for your team chemistry. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Plus, your character is all about the double D, so I'm just
But
saying.
that's an in on your team to fuck you over. She's got the
She's
power
gonna have
over
a bit
him.
of a conflict of interest, going like, "No, it's your devil."
I think she'll have the power over him, though. A lot of guys have done a lot of crazy things for a lot of girls. They've also betrayed
That's
their
true.
friends, like for their girls.
Oh yeah,
And
women
she's
have
gonna
never
some
done
power
anything
over him,
insane
Tom.
for love.
Your whole team is going down from the inside out now because of this.
Women have never done anything crazy for love, is what you're saying.
100%.
Okay.
Every rom-com ever, but okay.
Tighten it up with Harley Quinn first, then we'll talk.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's actually
Okay. And then I guess my final pick is I think my final pick is Man-Thing.
Damn it! I was hoping I could get it at the end. Which version?
Werewolf by Night.
Not the movie?
There was a Man-Thing movie?
Yep.
When?
Long time
What was
ago.
that? A while back, like 2012 or
No, before that.
2004, I think, even as far back. Trying to remember the year. I don't know. It's a long fucking time ago.
Hold on.
2005.
When?
It felt like it was a lot later than that, but yeah, 2005.
Distant memories for sure.
Hold on.
Tom's like, I'm going to be watching this movie later on today.
Absolutely, but like, where is it anywhere? Because this is the
I don't
first.
think- know if it's anywhere. I cannot find it. I've been trying to rewatch it, but I cannot find it anywhere.
I didn't even know this was a thing. No pun intended.
Wow, Tom. You're bringing that comedy here?
Fucking.
He's always got
Alright.
the puns. We call him the pun master.
You can tell.
No. All right. No, I'm standing by the Werewolf by Night version. Most because I don't know what I'm talking about for the 2005 one. But
I
the
think
Werewolf by
technically
Night.
he's more powerful, but whatever. Just roll with it.
Yeah. But what's the saying? Is all death finds all who fear the man thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that he'll come in clutch, and I think he's big enough and strong enough that like him and Bane get like a Bash Brothers thing going on, and then it'll strike fear into at least someone, and then they will be like, "Holy fuck," and they burn up, and then the next then a fear will build for Man Thing. Meanwhile, my whole team is like, "Hey Ted, what's going on? How's your day going? Yeah, we're gonna have to fuck these guys up," and treating them like a goddamn person.
Damn.
It's very complicated, Tom.
I like that. I'm looking at your team. It looks like I like it a lot. Okay, Sean.
All right, gentlemen. So
There's one character who would really just finish selling this leader thing. The ultimate leader is on the board still.
Black
I have
Mask?
no choice. I am going to select for my sixth and final pick to make this team work in the best way possible. What's that?
You take U.S. Agent?
I'm taking U.S. Agent, yeah. 100%.
You should have taken Nick Fury. That was a mistake.
It was close to be the information guy.
Your team is going to implode on one another.
Nick Fury was needed in that.
U.S. Agent is too, and the like bravado of him and Zod like being like, "No, I'm the best. No, I'm the best." Like it's gonna just seal them all together to seal your guys' fate. Like I feel bad for picking him because it's like I don't know if we should even have the argument now. Like my guys are just so good.
You are so going down in this triple threat match that we got going on here.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at.
Okay.
I like the chaos. This is going to be fun. These guys being in this room would just be great.
Yeah, it'd be funny, but I don't know if they'd actually end up. Nick Fury would have really saved some of the stuff you have going on over there. I'm just saying.
He would have tried. He would have not done well. I don't know.
No, Nick Fury can do it. Or he should have gone to Drax. Drax would have been fun. I was
close to doing Drax, but then I was like, I've already got Korg.
You know what? Tom's right. My team lacks stealth. I'm gonna fix that. I'm taking Wasp.
Good pick.
Taking obviously most recent version, I guess. Endgame Wasp.
Where she just appears and is confused by Howard the Duck?
No, she has that moment where she's... Actually, no, I take Ant-Man the Wasp.
Okay. So while our teams are fighting, she's just stuck in the quantum realm? I'm kidding. No,
we're talking other Wasp. Other Wasp. Janet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've got a pretty good team now. So let's just put out some honorable mentions. We're still on the list so people know kind of what this list entailed.
Yeah, okay.
Gambit stayed on the board.
I can't believe no one took him.
Drax as well.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Tom would have taken Gambit just because, Rogue Gambit. That's like
I thought that too, yeah.
Yeah, I thought about it, but there's a distraction. I want to win.
Right. And Daredevil, She-Hulk being on opposite teams isn't a distraction?
Yes, because I think She-Hulk is more thirsty for Daredevil. Daredevil, have you seen any of the shows? He just goes from woman to woman, no problem. He has no problem with shutting off. He
She-Hulk,
fought
dude.
Elektra. He'll fight She-Hulk. He fought She-Hulk.
She-Hulk's all about taking names, Tom, and she's gonna take the names of all the guys in your team and cause a lot of problems. That's pick
I
your
don't know,
leader.
man. Rogue's gonna
Pick your
come in
leader.
clutch.
She-Hulk will dive right in.
The team up between Rogue and Doctor Strange is gonna be fucking clutch.
You know the other character no one took, which I'm surprised about? Cloak.
I know it's Cloak from Cloak and Dagger. I just don't know them at all.
Did you not
Me
watch
neither.
Cloak and Dagger?
I didn't.
Oh my god, you have to watch Cloak and Dagger. It's awesome. I loved it.
Is it? Yeah.
It's a fun show.
It was more like ABC Family, wasn't it?
The Freeform, yeah, ABC
Yeah.
Family. But it's fun. It was. Green Arrow was on the board too.
Green Arrow was on the board, and if I was gonna take him, I think I'd take the unpopular opinion and take the the Smallville version of Green Arrow.
I don't think that's
Interesting.
unpopular. I think the new version of Green Arrow is too. I mean, I guess because we're taking it as a show. I mean, you could technically he's dead, but you know. But like if you took him, I think he's a little bit more kind of self-absorbed than Smallville's version.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that making sense. Catwoman stayed on the board too.
Mm-hmm. Catwoman would have been good on my team. I just figured I have a lot of things for stealth. I needed to muscle up a bit.
I thought about stealing her, but
Yeah, because Catwoman and Harley Quinn actually would have been good chemistry.
yeah, could have been.
And then Wolverine and Catwoman would have probably worked out pretty well too. They can bond
I
over.
went for the She-Hulk instead of the Catwoman because I thought that her bruteness would work with Wolverine, and her and Harley Quinn the same room would be fine. I know it's contentious. I'm not disagreeing with that. But if they had an like equal to piss off at you guys, and they want to come like bring in the heat to take down your teams, I just feel like they would work marvelously together in their destruction of your guys' existence.
Moon Knight stayed on the board too.
I'm not surprised by that, actually. I was just about to say Moon Knight, Monica Rambeau, and Shuri are picks I thought no one were gonna make.
I feel
Moon
like
Knight-
in
Moon
a
Knight's
year.
so unstable. Like we only have the one version of him, and you don't know who you're getting.
Yeah.
So it's a lot like it's too much of a risk for like, especially when we're doing like an onslaught team battle.
Yeah.
Shuri is good in a punch, but aside from being really smart, what does she bring to the table? We don't know yet. We haven't seen Black Panther 2.
That's what I'm saying. I think by December we might have. If we did this again, I feel like Shuri would definitely have been picked by somebody.
Yeah. Monica Rambeau, if you go, you can't go the version from Multiverse of Madness because she
WandaVision.
did.
WandaVision.
You can go the version from WandaVision where, yeah, she's a badass cop, but she just got powers. She doesn't know how to use them. She's a liability.
Yeah, and again, I feel like that one's another one in a year we might have a very different view on when she's like,
Exactly.
in the Marvels and fully trained. And Kate Bishop didn't go either, which is
No.
No, but again, like I know that there's these Arrow people in both DC and Marvel. Like, what are they bringing to the table on a superhero fight? Really? Like,
They really bring light to the
Bishop's
archery
rich.
enthusiasts.
like if I have Kate Bishop, is she gonna pierce Zod, Wolverine,
she could probably kill Korg.
She-Hulk? Like, she's stopped by half the members on Sean's team. She's gonna get stopped by half the members on your team. Like, there's no
She could kill Korg.
how. Her
I don't
arrow's
think
gonna
it-
bounce. If anything, if anything, she gets Hawkeye's fun arrows, and he's gonna get stuck in super bubblegum for a little while.
Yeah, I didn't see her being too successful in this kind of fight.
I was surprised Korg got picked, to be honest. Like, if you think, like, I think Gambit would have been a better character than Korg to pick. I think.
Yeah, Sean's coming in last in this.
I like the harmony that Korg brought to my team.
Yes, and Harley Quinn and She-Hulk and
Exactly. They're all to be reckoned with, I can say that. And if they have a common goal of destruction on you,
I'm just saying, when you have one too many voice of reasons, they stop being voice of reason.
That's what I like about it, though. It's the chaos.
Wait, who's the voice of reason though? You say there's too many. There's not enough voice
There's
of
no voice
reason.
of reason.
His voice of reason between Wolverine and Zod was Harley Quinn when he first picked him. And then he picked up, who did you pick up after
It
that?
wasn't the voice of reason.
No, it's the horniness. I think it was the
Yeah,
horniness.
it was like a manipulation. There's
I
no
think it was the
voices of
horniness
reason.
of
This is war.
She-Hulk was her voice of reason. She's a lawyer who's literally.
She's a lawyer, yeah. She's not even the voice of reason though. She's just there to litigate you guys.
Isn't that called?
That's
being
why I
the voice
have
of reason?
Daredevil. That's what my Daredevil's there to fucking countersue, buddy.
So basically, what we're learning is your team is going to be very lawyered by our two teams.
Yes, we will see you in court.
Yeah.
We just won't show up.
Ghost Rider is not going to be able to like make the fight because his motorcycles are going to be impounded. He's
Because
going to
we
be
all know
walking
that
down the
Wolverine
street.
doesn't. Who was your first pick again?
Black Bolt.
Yeah, Black Bolt does not abide by the Geneva Convention.
It's true. I feel like we'll just kill you before you get to court, and then we're all good. As soon as before you step into the courtroom.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the fight will be right outside a courtroom.
Beast is pretty smart. I could say.
Yeah,
he
I
could
do.
make
I
some
do think
arguments.
Beast was a great pick.
Between Beast and Cyclops, someone in there is going to be a leader and going to be smart enough to kind of figure this out. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
there's
gambling
some-
on.
There's
Yeah.
some brain power there for sure.
Because you have this kind of intelligent, like the
You have
academic smarts.
intelligence, but do you have strategy? Like
Cyclops.
Cyclops. He's a fucking
Cyclops
wiener.
is strategy.
Cyclops
He's the
is
leader.
a wiener. Cyclops has always been a wiener.
He is the
In
ultimate leader.
everything.
Ultimate leader.
He
Ultimate
is
leader.
a wiener, but he's the leader wiener.
He's such a wang.
But he's smart. He's got good strategy. Also, Black Bolt is a
He's
leader.
more of a Boy Scout than Superman is, and that's fucking saying something.
Are you going with Strange, Tom, as your leader?
No, my leader is the Punisher.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah. But I feel like as soon as
Like
Doctor
I
Strange
said,
disagrees,
Doctor
then
Strange in Multiverse of Madness is a humbled version of Doctor Strange. He's not the Sorcerer Supreme. He gives and bows towards Wong. He is the right version for this. If I said Endgame or Infinity War version of then yeah, he would have to be my leader and they would have to butt heads. But not in this scenario, sir. He's taking a second place because he knows it's the right thing for the team here. Okay, he knows his job. He's going to be sending in Rogue with his little portal device to sneak up behind Black Bolt and then take his power away. And then boom, she has the voice of fucking death, and there goes Khalil's team.
well, I have a question for you though. What if Doctor Strange sees the only way to win is to be if he's the leader? Oh wait.
He can't go in the future anymore. He doesn't have the time stone in Multiverse of Madness. Thank you very much.
Damn it.
That was a good argument.
So that he can't see the best way to win.
He can't, and he doesn't know the odds, which makes him a little more dangerous.
A fun way to do this, I think, like if I'm looking at both of your teams objectively to pick who I think would win between your two teams. Oh, it's a tough one, but
Ghost Rider underrated though. I'm sorry.
he's a good fighter. Like he's a good warrior for you for sure in the battle.
If you get the ghost there, that's great, but I don't think you get that far.
Who are we talking though between Punisher and Ghost Rider? Like I like Ghost Rider's odds in that fight.
Yeah. but Doctor Strange would probably take on Ghost Rider or Bane.
Yeah, I don't like
It's
Bane's
not-
chances against Ghost
like, it's
Rider.
not
either.
Like who do you think I'm sending against him? You think I'm just
Even
gonna be like,
Man-Thing. Man-Thing's gonna get completely screwed over if he has to face Ghost Rider.
100%.
yeah,
That means like 3 of your guys are matched by one of his, and then there's a whole team left to just swarm the like. I don't know.
no,
Tom,
I think
like,
I send in Bane, or I just get Doctor Strange to teleport Ghost Rider to somewhere else.
Can Beast not find a cool way to deal with Doctor Strange's powers?
Has he ever?
We've never seen him have to
this
try.
is true. I could see that too. Like
But that's the thing. Like I'm open to it, but so while your whole team is fighting, there's fucking Beast mechanically putting together some kind of device.
Who's like I say I don't
Reading
know Black
IKEA
Bolt very well.
instructions.
Is Black Bolt versus Strange? Is that a thing?
Only unless unless Strange pulls from the Scarlet Witch handbook and like removes his mouth.
Which he could.
But most likely Black Bolt is
And I
probably
think,
a
but not only
matchmaker.
that, he can put up a shield that will stop the sound.
I don't think he can do that though.
Who says he can't? He's a magician. Magic is endless.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Khalil's team a little better than Tom's.
And also
You're just
Stargirl-
upset 'cause I've been
Stargirl-
shitting on your team the whole episode.
No, I'm just saying you can collectively do that now, like between mine and Khalil's team. Break it down, Tom. How do you feel?
I feel like She-Hulk is the most powerful person on your team, and in all due respect to everyone else on your team, Black Bolt just says hi and they're dead.
I think Khalil takes you, and because you like, what's your answer to that? Like, at least I have an answer to defend.
Zod is like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know Black
Zod
Bolt.
is super hearing. That means that is super effective against him.
His head would explode. Like.
But what if you never get a word out? Like I don't know couldn't he just laser bolt your face?
But like,
how do you keep him quiet?
The speed of sound is pretty fucking fast, buddy.
The speed of light is faster than the speed of sound.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah, by a lot.
Is Harley Quinn able? Well, yes, but is Harley Quinn able to be the Black Bolt stopper? In the same way she's able to hold Wolverine and Zod apart. Can she stop Black Bolt?
That's the question. I don't know enough about Black Bolt to be able to argue against him. That's my own folly.
How much seduction is Harley Quinn doing on your team, and how much fighting is she doing?
All seduction.
It all depends on what's needed at the time, though, right?
So all seduction and nothing else. Like
that's pretty powerful. Lots of endorphins. I don't know.
Stargirl just kills her instantly, though. So it's okay. Stargirl's killing her instantly. Stargirl instantly kills Harley Quinn and it's over. So you know.
Fair enough.
Now, the question between Sean and Tom's teams.
Khalil, if you want to go in from an objective point of view, like I know how I approach attacking Sean's team.
But like
Rogue's clutch in all of this. The team up between Rogue and Doctor Strange, just having her go through those little portals. It's clutch. And then also you're gonna have Bane and Man-Thing and Daredevil taking advantage of that too. So while Doctor Strange is strong on the sidelines, developing a protection of like my area, he's also putting in sneak attacks in for these stealth heroes.
Wait, so then that's an interesting thing though, because if Doctor Strange is in primarily like creating portals and also is building has a shield, then he isn't doing much in terms of attacking other people on the team, right? So you're relying on Rogue, Bane, Punisher, Daredevil, and Man-Thing to be kind of your primary attackers, because you're basically then taking Doctor Strange out of that. If you want,
I feel like you kind of have to, but then there's always a point where Doctor Strange is going to have to get put on the field. Am I thinking? I don't think I'm leaving with everybody, but I do think I'm winning.
So who is She-Hulk going to be able to stop Bane from Batman and Robin?
I think she can, but that is a toss-up fight.
I don't see it as a toss-up fight.
She's an inexperienced fighter.
But he doesn't have a brain, though.
My guy's pure chaos. He's gonna go in. It's like going in against a caveman versus a trained soldier. We've had this argument before where you think the caveman beats the fucking astronaut, Sean. It's this.
But if an astronaut has brute force too, Tom, because She-Hulk has brute force as well. So your argument is out the fucking window, because an astronaut versus a caveman what if you brute force versus only brains? We're talking brains and strength.
What if you just ignore that? Wolverine
doesn't have fighting brains. She's a lawyer.
Wolverine can kill Bane. I think that's probably easy.
Easy, yeah. That's the risk. That's the risk I want.
Because Wolverine.
But here's one thing that I think could happen is I need one person to be scared of Man-Thing. And I think that's possible. And then as soon as one person's scared of Man-Thing and he gives them a hold, and they fucking turn into.
Wait, but who's scared of me? Like, think about it. Wolverine, Zod, Harley Quinn, and She-Hulk. Of those characters, She-Hulk's probably the most likely to be scared of Man-Thing, and based on what we've seen from her in the show, I don't even think she would be scared of Man-Thing. I think you're looking at 4 characters who literally, through arrogance and confidence, have are not going to be scared of Man-Thing. I think
I'm so happy Khalil's here to like just dismantle all of your arguments, Tom, because I don't
who
have
else
the
is
knowledge.
on his team? Who else is on his team? And I think at first, She-Hulk is afraid of Man-Thing until it's too late.
It.
I don't think so. I think basically the way she's in the show, she has a level of arrogance and confidence that I don't think, especially by the end of the show, she has a level of confidence. I don't think she would see Man-Thing and get scared. At the beginning of the show, absolutely, but at the end, I don't think she would. She literally, I can't. I'm sorry, I'm not going to spoil anything.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's fine. I'll see. Don't worry. Yeah, but I feel I agree with your.
Of course, you agree. It's in your favor.
Now,
you're
on
so
the other
smart
hand,
and handsome.
On the other hand, though, the other thing you think about, Korg might have actually been one of the best pickups because you think about it, Korg might be the ultimate distraction.
But here's the other thing: is that Rogue can keep draining. She gets stronger while your team gets weaker. So if she just touches 2 of your guys, well,
it is something you have going.
No, actually, all she has to do is touch 1 guy. If she touches Zod,
she's not quick enough.
Not quick enough. All I have to do is get her fucking sneak attack.
He's a fucking Kryptonian.
That's the point of the stealth of what I'm doing with the portals. If I stealth attack Zod, you can't just say he's too quick. He's too quick.
He's too quick. No. He's quicker than a portal like opening and then someone coming out of it. He's already seen that. He's over there. He's a fucking
I respectfully disagree with you because we've seen people with speed face Doctor Strange and they just end up another place. Look what happened with Spider-Man. Spider-Man is, granted, not the speed of light, but objectively much quicker.
Also, spider senses allow him to kind of know what's coming better than Zod would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, though, Zod can, I think the thing that's underrated here, Zod can fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the only way I think the only character with some argument to be made, I mean, besides, so there's only 3 characters that can fly. I don't know if we count Doctor Strange as being able to fly.
He can fly.
So his cloak can fly, and there's things there like,
I know, but where's Doctor Strange without his cloak? Okay, the cloak is part of him.
But we've seen him be able to be separated from it, so it's not like it's
like Batman still can take off his suit, but he still has his fucking cape.
I can say this, if our teams fought 100 times to the death, it would be a toss-up, I feel like, most times.
I do agree with you there.
It could go either way on any given day, which is
I know that I require a few things to happen in order to beat you.
Yeah.
It needs a complete strategy. But I do think the strategy that the Punisher that could come up with, him being a master general.
Wolverine's got a lot of
experience. Wait, I have a question though. Is Punisher gonna? Is your argument for Punisher basically going to be the argument everyone has for Batman versus anybody, which is give him enough prep time, you'll come up with a strategy to beat them? Is that kind of where you're going here?
Well, we're not going in blind. We kind of know what we're going after. No.
So okay, let's look at this. How much prep time do they get for strategies before?
Well, that's your rule. You started this whole thing, man.
No, but what do you think is fair?
What prep time do we have?
What do we think is fair? Because I obviously didn't choose Batman for a good reason, because I know every argument would be, well, Batman with enough prep time can beat anybody. So I have to avoid that one.
The same is true with Beast, though, and the same is true with a lot of our characters with enough prep time. If everyone has the approach, I think we get 0 prep time. They're just thrown together and go fight each other. Who's gonna?
I like that.
Yeah, but even if you go with that,
I feel the combustibility of your team, though. No,
but it's chaos. They have to work together, or they're all gonna die. That's what makes it beautiful.
So if that's what happens there, dude, I think there is a scenario where your team will implode upon itself, though. This was a rule to the game beforehand.
Yeah,
but no, we're saying
I think Wolverine says one bad thing to Zod, he fucking layers him to shit.
Okay,
it could go that way. I'll give you
this. But on the other hand, though, think about it like this: if they know that they have to work together, the one thing I gotta say, I think if they know they have to work together to survive, and if they don't have enough, if there's no time before they're thrown together to kind of realize how batshit crazy some of them are and how arrogant the other ones are, I think you can argue that actually has an advantage for
You ever watch
Sean's
the show
team.
Survivor?
Some of it,
Yeah,
like a season.
that they are put on teams to survive, and you see how quickly people fucking suck and then backstab and betray just to
But
win
we're
as an
okay
individual.
with like this is a battle scenario though, right? We're just
Yeah.
trying to defeat
General
the other team
Zod's
in
not
front of
coming
us.
in this. He's coming in this to be like, I know what to do, follow my lead, and Wolverine's not having any of it. But what I'm saying is, one bad word to Zod, you're getting the Darth Vader punishment of fucking dead, fucking
He won't
done.
have time for that because they'll already be dismantling your team.
Oh wait,
There's
one
They
no
don't
other
have time for
one other
infighting.
thing that we didn't think about is what happens if Doctor Strange does something, gets rid of the sun, or blocks the sun.
Blocks the sun. That is a great point.
That's a good
Then
point. Yeah,
then
Zod's
Zod's
done.
just a guy.
yeah, he's out.
And Doctor Strange could probably do that, I would assume.
I'm sure he can
very
find it. Yeah.
possible.
So that might end up being a little bit of a problem. Now the other thing I gotta just point out, Ghost Rider could probably do something too to the sun. I'm just saying.
Fair
I'm just
enough.
saying. So you might end up I think that's the one thing about Zod, which is because obviously he's Kryptonian, that the disadvantage is the second anything happens to the sun, he's done. And then I feel like that if Zod is done, your team falls apart.
You also got to keep in mind that you chose the Man of Steel version. He's not accustomed to his powers yet in that movie.
I mean, if we're looking at the end of the movie, I mean,
He barely has it. He barely has it. He just starts using the lasers to have mass destruction.
Wait, what about how do you kill Wolverine in this case though? Because if the only way to beat them is to kill everybody, how does Wolverine get killed by any
I'd go with decapitation.
Right. I guess you kind of have to, right? Like, and who's the one? Like, how do you do that?
Breaking
Like,
through the adamantium, I guess, is the question of the spinal cord.
I think Doctor Strange finds a Magneto spell and just goes.
Although, I feel like Punisher might I feel like can Rogue
Punisher's going to be developing a whole bunch of distraction with weapons and mines and like.
Well, I was going to say just give Punisher an adamantium bullet and it's done.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I guess.
Like we also don't know what we have in the way
That's
you said
true.
we have zero prep time. So zero prep time means we have no idea who we're facing.
That's right. So there wouldn't be like an adamantium bullet just kicking around.
Well, unless we go with like gamer rules where there's weapons all amongst this fucking battlefield.
The only time
I
the only time I think you can make that argument is if you picked Green Arrow or Kate Bishop, where you can argue they would almost 100% have an adamantium arrow, and then that would be it.
That's a very good point.
Kate Bishop wouldn't.
I mean, you could argue that because
but I also could argue Kate Bishop wouldn't because she doesn't. She's left alone. She doesn't get an onslaught of arrows, and where's she gonna get adamantium from? Okay, Hawkeye had resources being in the fucking Shield and the army.
Kate Bishop's rich. We do remember that, right?
Yeah, but she's rich to an extent. She doesn't touch her family's money.
One problem I just wanted, I know I'm going completely off shooting here, but Cyclops, just take his glasses off his head and he's pretty useless. He's a leader, but he can't he really needs those to hyper focus his laser beams.
Yeah.
When you just take that away, it's kind of useless.
If you take those off.
Which Doctor Strange could take it away, Zod could take it away. They're quick in and out.
But then he's a wild card. Then he takes
out his own team members.
Then you're taking out your own team.
That's right. So we can dismantle him almost immediately.
That's true. Wasp could just sneak into anyone and just expand.
Or you just would go the whole butthole thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking nostril, but
yeah, or that.
Okay. Marvel had the balls to not do it. I get the boys were trying to do it. Did you ever watch The Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the boys went he's trying to go on my ass.
They fully did it. They fully did it. They fully did it.
I just say, man, How sick is she afterwards? What's her name? Janet Von whatever.
She goes right up. No, she would do it to Doctor Strange or Rogue, and that would be it.
That's true.
You can't touch Rogue.
But
she won't.
She can't
She
do
wouldn't.
it.
She
Stand quick
wouldn't.
enough.
No, but no. Going up somebody requires contact. I don't care how tiny you get. You're making some form of contact. The moment she touches Rogue, she's done.
Hard to say though, because the gateway, like the nostril cavity, it opens and closes. When you're like, if she's sucking air and she just waits in the cavity, waits till you open that cavity for air, she could fly into you and be within a cavity and then expand.
Wait, if you touch the inside of Rogue, like if you touch any of her internal organs, is it the same thing as touching like the outside of her?
We'll have to ask who's her boyfriend.
Gambit. Who no one has? Who no one picked?
That was sneaky. I like that.
But yeah, that's the only thing. Because if the inside of her isn't the same as the outside of her, you could ask Iceman too. Honestly,
how do you decide a winner after this? Are you hoping to put this podcast out and then like have the fans decide?
Yeah, in theory.
I like the idea of opening the argument up to your fans too, to say like.
I mean, like we all like. There's no way that one of us is gonna choose someone else that wins. So it can't be held up to us.
I do like the idea of Wolverine's head getting exploded by the wasp. Now, like while we're on that topic for a bit.
I don't think that would work. I don't think that would work. I don't think that she could break adamantium. I think she would sooner crush inside it. I think if she does kill Wolverine in that, she does significant damage to herself.
Fair enough.
Wait, but I have a question then. If is Wolverine's skull adamantium?
Yes, all of them is adamantium.
Okay, well then that runs my.
His whole skeleton.
Yeah.
Damn it, that ruins my entire plan.
That's
okay.
Pretty solid.
So then, well, Zod. Although Sun, I guess, I don't know. Can he explode because of the? Would Zod be?
No, Zod wouldn't explode either because he's his own body parts are just stronger and more.
He's thicker, right?
Like he's just. It's like having adamantium skin.
Yeah, because bulletproof and all that.
If anything,
Harley Quinn might be the only one on your team who could be killed by that move.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because Korg also probably can.
No.
Well, you saw him in Thor: Love and Thunder. Even if he's disfigured from being rocks, he's still a head.
But he's pretty. I think it'd be pretty easy once you deal with the rest of the team to kill him if he's dismantled.
Oh yeah, like if he's dismantled, yeah, but he's just a floating head. My guess is like, so you either have to be isolated or dead, right?
Yeah. Well, if he's isolated, I feel like if you keep smashing whatever's left of him enough, eventually he's gonna.
Because then I think Bane has a shot at taking Korg in a one-on-one fight.
Yeah, but how much damage can Korg do to Bane before that?
It all depends. But I do think that fight can go anywhere. And then with the amount of venom that is inside of him, I do think that he could then get stronger and stronger. However, Korg needs to be smart enough to be able to go for the cords. Well, which we've seen from most movies is that it doesn't. That thought process isn't immediate. And Korg isn't necessarily the brightest.
But
Logan would yell at him.
He failed his own revolution because he forgot to give out posters.
But like, okay, then on the other hand, if you're saying there's a chance that Bane versus Korg is a toss-up, how does that speak to the rest of your team? If the arguably the weakest link on any of the teams is a toss-up between one of your better, stronger players.
Well, I still have Man-Thing, and again, I think you're underestimating how crucial Rogue is for my team.
It's so hard. I feel like it's hard to kind of quantify Rogue's value in that way.
It is, because she's only as valuable as who she can take other people's powers.
No, but even if she takes the powers, like for Rogue, her main goal is to touch your two best guys. So on Khalil's team, she's going after Black Bolt. On your team, Sean, she's going after Zod.
Yeah, but like everyone on my team listens to MC Hammer, and you can't touch this. So I don't know what your plan is here.
That's the point, I guess, that I was missing. I didn't realize that all you had to do was listen to MC
You don't
Hammer.
have a team song? Like, what are you doing?
Uh,
That's my team song, buddy. We all know what you can do. Rogue's doesn't have a chance.
Yeah. What would happen if Rogue touched Ghost Rider?
It's a very good question. Does she drain all the demon power out of him, or does
She burn?
Or does she burn? Well, isn't it only bad people who burn?
Well, in this case, is she not bad because she's trying to
kill?
That doesn't make her bad.
I feel like in this case we have to assume that the bad guys are the other teams in there, like
If she's trying to kill Cyclops, then she's not the good guy because Cyclops is a nice guy.
Well, put her in a sick and twisted game. She's doing what she has to do to survive. That doesn't make you a bad person.
Doesn't it?
Okay.
So doing horrific things.
She gets taken from her home and has to be put in an army with 5 other people. Going, guess what? You're gonna have to fight 2 other teams of 6. Good fucking luck. This doesn't make her a bad person.
I feel like we're really relying on Doctor Strange being able to not only provide all of your defense, but also like still.
Well, even if I don't need a shield right away. Portals are my first main move.
So basically, take out Strange, and you've dismantled Tom's team and all his strategy.
Yeah, I feel like that's the problem, though. Doctor Strange is so vulnerable to, like,
a bullet in the head.
Like, essentially.
Yeah, but he can block that.
But if he's portaling Rogue, he can't. We know he can't do like multiple things at once. So if he's like opening and closing portals, then is he not vulnerable to anyone attacking?
Then he has his cape to move him out of the way because the cape is sentient.
You're reaching, Tom.
I'm not reaching. This is shit that happens.
Wait,
watch
Sean,
a Marvel movie. Get caught up.
Wait, Sean, I have a question for you. So if this was a 1 versus 1, we agree we would go after Tom's team first and then fight each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Now
100%.
That's 12 versus 6. I thought we were gonna go like.
We might be able to find some peace even here,
Yeah, but even then, like Sean, we can make the 2 sides of a story alliance right now, and then go after him.
Sorry, Tom. I already made a new friend. You're out.
Wow. So much for blood, eh?
I'm like Highlander up in here. There will be one side to this story only.
And then we can fight about Leafs versus Oilers, and that'll be the reason we split.
He's a fucking Leafs fan. Believe that shit?
The Leafs aren't a threat to us, though.
I know they're not a threat to anybody.
Exactly. So we can it's fine. Cheer for who you want,
They're gonna win.
See, right now, this is what you and I should be doing: is teaming up against him.
But in my mind, his team is the easiest to beat individually. Yours is the hardest, so if we just go after yours first, I can take care of him easily.
Wow.
See that?
That hurt. That deeply hurt.
It's true, though. Like, my team matches up really well against your team, not so well against Tom's team. But, just ultimately having more people against Tom's team means Doctor Strange is probably dead. So, Because once Doctor Strange is done, I feel like that's it. And best case scenario, Rogue takes one of your powers before we kill her. So, then. Yeah. Well, what if she touches someone from Tom's team, like someone else? What if she touches Doctor Strange by accident? What happens then? That kind of messed up your entire plan.
Well, he left because he was so hurt
before
by
you couldn't have
your logic here. Oh, he's back. Oh, he's gone again. No, you make good arguments. Here. There he is.
I'm back.
We thought you got upset and left because you made such a good argument against you.
No. I was just about to counter argument. Like we were saying before, what if Black Bolt sneezes? Like again, like you said before, like there's training. There's some training. She's still wearing gloves. She has to, she's going in trained. Like the X2 version of Rogue knows what's up.
Because you think about Spider-Man, I think if I'm not mistaken, in Infinity War when he was jumping through all the portals, was did touch Doctor Strange at least once. So in between going through his portals and stuff. So if you're really having Rogue just jumping through a bunch of Doctor Strange portals, you're telling me she won't even brush up against him once?
Well, it all depends on where they're placed. That's the beauty of the portals.
I
But
don't
she's-
think she would touch him because she's probably or he's probably already
Yeah.
dead, and she's soon to be as well.
No, but I say even at the very beginning, like I feel like that one. I feel like if you talk about combustibility, I feel like that has a lot more
No,
than Black
because
Bolt
again,
or
like, she's
Cyclops.
fully clothed. Like at that point, she has to be like I at that point I
She's
feel
fully
like
clothed, but isn't
it's-
she trying to take our powers? So wouldn't
Yeah,
she
she
be?
At least gloveless.
No. She's taking off a glove as she's going into the portal. You guys don't
So-
get this?
So before she can get at any of our guys, she gets teleported. Then she has to like slowly pull off this
No.
glove and like.
Like Elsa. Like Elsa.
Okay, it's not. It's just taking off a glove.
I
How
don't think
long does
that's
it take
gonna
you?
work.
How long does it take you to get dressed and undressed in the morning?
Gloves can be
Too
complicated.
long. Too
Jesus
long.
Christ, Sean!
What kind of glove are we
This is-
talking
this is-
about?
I'm
Doesn't
giving
she
her-
wear leather gloves, tightly fitted? That doesn't come off easy, Tom.
That's a pull off.
I'd like to
So
see you
wait,
pull
but
that off.
wait, hold on. But if she's pulling off one glove, that means she still has one glove on, which means she only has one hand, right?
That's a good point
Yes,
too.
but again, like this is a stealth attack we're going for.
Like I feel like
One
at
hand
that point,
should do the trick.
I feel like at that point she should probably jump into these portals without any glove, like anything on her hands
So-
or feet, right? Like
So
is
she's
that not
trying to
logic?
suck someone. She can't get it. She has to put her glove back on so as to not touch Strange. Like there's too many windows here where she dies from glove.
No,
Like
no,
you talk
no.
about, like Black Bolt is really well trained in terms of making sure he doesn't sneeze or do anything stupid, but like Rogue is
Oh
not.
yeah, and so Rogue at the fucking Xavier school just didn't know how to take off a fucking glove. Fuck you guys. Fuck both of you right now.
I feel like that means that I won this
She is
argument.
the most elite training center for gifted youngsters.
Black Bolt has some of the best self control of anybody. Cyclops is more training than Rogue
Saying this
does.
about the guy that had a failed series in Marvel that decided to forget all about him.
No, we don't talk about that though. We're talking about him and Doctor Strange,
Yeah,
where he
who
is
does
clearly.
not live in that movie? He's the worst version of himself.
Fortunately, we all brought Pepper to the fight. So
Like one of the most well,
Season.
but you have no preparation. So who is? Although honestly, if Korg brought Pepper to a fight, I would not be surprised. Just randomly.
this is true, which would make him so useful because he's going to be the kind of surprising useful where you're like, oh,
Yeah. Oh, you have that? I didn't even know. Or he'll find something by accident, find a
Yeah.
weakness by accident. He'll just jump through one of the portals that Rogue is jumping through.
it
and
adds
then-
value.
But
Just
can Rogue?
excited.
Rogue can't do anything to Korg either. So technically, you have a shield in Korg.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
But Rogue can do things to Zod. Zod is my main attack. Once I get Zod,
She can't catch him though. She's got to try to take off this glove before he fucking zooms over there. Come on, Tom.
okay,
Come
you're
on,
aware
Tom.
that she can take off the glove before she goes in the portal. Okay, this whole thing with the glove and it was a word about touching Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange can put the portal fucking anywhere he wants.
Korg will just protect. Zod will just stand behind Korg the entire
But
time.
he doesn't know to do that. They have zero prep. He doesn't know what Doctor Strange can do.
Wolverine knows what Wolverine knows what Rogue
Not
can do.
an X-Men fucking not an X-Men
Two.
fucking
Wolverine knows what Rogue can do in
no,
X2.
but you took Wolverine from X-Men Origins. He doesn't know who
I
the
did.
fuck Rogue is.
I did. He doesn't know who the fuck Rogue
Oh
is.
damn it! Oh damn it! You might have just that would have if you had Wolverine knowing what Rogue can. No, but if we're teaming up, Cyclops knows what Rogue can do at that point. Technically, wait, no, wait.
You know, you had
No, he
Cyclops
doesn't.
in
You
later
took
versions.
No,
you
'cause
took-
it's a
you took
prequel.
Cyclops from the past as well, sir. None of you know what Rogue can do. You're fucked.
Oh no. Wait, no, Beast knows. Beast knows.
Yeah, there you go.
Beast barely fucking knows.
No,
was
Beast
hardly-
knows.
They don't
No,
have
he's
a
got the
scene
Kelsey
together.
grammar. He knows it all.
No,
They don't
Beast
have a
obviously,
single scene together.
obviously Beast knows what Rogue can do.
How? They don't talk at
They
all.
at some point between the Last Stand and X2, you don't think they have some? It never is mentioned to him. There's someone who can take people's powers. He's literally their teacher. He's literally their teacher.
He's not. He hasn't worked at the school in years at that point. He's coming back to visit because now he's a fucking politician.
You don't think Xavier ever mentions? Oh yeah, there's a guy who can.
He's a busy guy. He has to keep Beast in fucking
I
form
feel
of
like
every
he
student
mentions
that
it.
comes through.
Oh wait, you know who else might know? Black Bolt might know.
Why would Black Bolt know?
Because he works with some version of Charles Xavier.
Would you like a stepladder for all the reaching you're doing right now?
I feel like She-Hulk knows on my team too because she stays up on current events in the world. She would obviously know who Rogue is.
She clearly watched X-Men 2000.
Exactly.
But that's not out of the realm possibility that she's seen the movie.
No, because she can break the fourth wall. Yes, I get it. Fuck.
So it looked like between Beast and She-Hulk, Rogue's exposed, which means, and also She-Hulk would know how to defeat Rogue.
Exactly.
This has been
just all
60 minutes of childish bickering of, first off, my own kin is fucking turning against me for some reason. And now I have to deal with
I'm just trying to have a fair argument, okay?
It's 12-6 for some reason. I thought we were entering a significant battle here, but no, it's bullying it's bullying 101 here.
We got a lot of evil people on my team who are more than willing to work with him until we finish you off.
And then my Cyclops and Beast are smart enough to know that as soon as we win, as soon as we take advantage of them, we can completely obliterate their team.
I don't know, though. Cyclops and Beast like to believe in people. And I think that might be their downfall for trusting us.
Ghost Rider doesn't believe in anybody, ever.
That's true.
Ghost Rider will single-handedly... Like, Ghost Rider could basically single-handedly take down your entire team.
I'd have to let... I was going to say, I don't know. I'd try to let Strange finish Rider off, because I don't know who else on Tom's team could take on Ghost Rider either, for that matter.
I guess because we're saying Rogue can't. Bane, no one can touch Ghost Rider. That's the problem.
That is a bit of the problem.
And unlike Rogue, Ghost Rider doesn't wear gloves. So.
I'd like to see Wolverine, though, shove his claws through Ghost Rider's skull. But that would be fun.
Would his claws not melt?
No, adamantium doesn't melt like that.
It does melt. In X-Men 2, you see it melt. It has to get to a certain fucking heat point, and then it's solid. Then it's solid. But it has to. It does.
It's a very high melting point, but I think Ghost Rider would be technically. I think he would be hot enough to melt it.
That we don't know.
Can Cyclops' eyes melt Wolverine's claws?
No,
I don't think they get to that high heat, because I think it's like sun level. I'm not sure about what the level of laser it is.
So Ghost Rider could probably do it, but I don't think
we don't know for sure.
I think Ghost Rider. I think that's a pretty safe bet that Ghost Rider. And I know for a fact that after this, I'm going to go figure it out. I know for a fact Ghost Rider and Wolverine have met at some point in the time in the history of comics, and I know for a fact there's some there's some issue of a comic book where Ghost Rider and Wolverine fight.
But the problem with that is, I think that they become friends. I recall an incarnation of that as well, but they're just buddies.
They just become friends. Ghost Rider's capable of fucking friendship.
With Wolverine, yeah, because I don't know. You'll have to look it up, but I vaguely recall something like this. I might have had the comic as a kid. I love Ghost Rider.
I know that Wolverine has beat the Hulk. I know Wolverine has beaten like a few of the big deals. Yeah. But
I know he'll definitely beat Punisher, Rogue, Doctor Strange, Bane, Daredevil, Man-Thing. But anyways, it's hard to say.
You can have a big old bowl of shut the fuck up. All right. That's disrespectful. I don't care for that.
But yeah, hard to say.
Oh. Breaking news.
This just in.
We're going live to Khalil for comic.
We lost him.
I'm just trying to speed read here.
Sean, let's vamp. So you can find us Two Sides of the Story on Apple Podcasts. We're around 79 episodes strong. You can also email us any of your other hypotheticals or tell us who you think would win between the battle between my team and Sean's team. Team. And then you can do that at the number 2 sides of the story at gmail.com, or hit us up on our Instagram. It's 2 sides of the story pod. Yeah, on Instagram. So you email us at 2sidesofthestory, the number 2sidesofthestorypod@gmail.com, or hit up our Instagram, 2sidesofthestorypod.
Good plug, Tom.
So, Wolverine. So it has been proven, in at least in the comics, which you can argue, obviously, because we're talking about live action versions of the characters, but Ghost Rider can indeed kill Wolverine.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
But are
stick
they
with
friends
live
though?
action.
Because we're talking about like regular abilities like Penance Stare. He was so basically what happened is he was about to kill in the comics. He was about to kill Wolverine, implying that he probably could have, but then because Wolverine saved him, they became friends, and he forgave him and whatever.
Sean did say they became friends.
Yes, you're right about that one. But because I'm in the context of the movie, that Ghost Rider, who is not friends with Wolverine, could probably. There's a very good chance that he would be able to be killed by Ghost Rider.
One thing with like Ghost Rider and his flames and all that, there's no fire in space where Zod would throw him. So fortunately,
wait, how does Zod touch Ghost Rider?
He grabs him by his leather jacket.
Can't touch him.
No, there's leather jacket.
I don't.
There's no fire there.
You might be onto something.
He just take off his clothes. He just take off his clothes.
Okay, now we're just tripping. Like, it's one thing to take off a glove. Now we're just disrobing. Hold on 1 second. Jacket, t-shirt, pants.
I like how this all turned into wardrobe. Has nothing to do with powers. It's all about who's wearing what, when, why, how.
I guess Ro could take off all her clothes, do it, have the same advantage.
And then she's got a distraction for most men on the field, including Harley Quinn.
Korg's going down, Wolverine's going down, U.S. Agent's going down. We never considered this. Okay, Tom wins. Rogue is the hot stuff of the group, so shit.
Actually, what's funny? We never talked about U.S. Agent's effect in all this. So I was just
because he wouldn't have an effect in all of this. He's useless.
Well, no. If he gets someone on the ground, he can kill them. We know that.
Fucking pissy, and then have a little bit of a temper tantrum.
Basically, he's gonna let all of you fight it out, and then he's gonna come when everyone else is dead and be like, "I won, guys."
Yeah, I realized we didn't talk about
it.
U.S. Agent, so he's a fat. I feel like U.S. Agent right now, though. Yeah, he's just a whiny like.
He's gonna be wondering why he's not in charge of the team the whole time.
He's intelligent, and it added that aspect to my team. I like the balance between him, Wolverine. He was just a balance adder, but he's also a body, and he could easily take out Rogue with a shot to the head.
The one thing is, which I think is interesting, I don't think anyone on there, like, if you think about it, if you want to talk about team dynamics, I don't think anyone would have a problem if U.S. Agent just said, I want to just take all the credit for this victory. And because, who would have, Zod would be the only one with the ego to say, I have a problem with you taking credit for this victory.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
I still think that Sean, because you said we had to build a team that would work well together, I still think that Sean's team's a liability in the sense that they're not going to work well together.
It is, but I feel like they're also, I feel like on that same side, there's a chance that they all just, because, a lot of them, for them, are very, again, except for, Harley Quinn, they're all really driven toward, their goal, right? And if their goal is all the same, they may have that. Now, I think the second after they kill everybody, I think that's when Sean's team entirely falls apart.
They're not going on the honeymoon stage together, that's for sure.
I think you could argue that, Harley Quinn, we know she can work with a bunch of people who don't like her. She's done it multiple times. We know Wolverine can do it. We know, I mean, the tricky thing is this version of Zod you used. I feel like that's the problem. If you used Superman 2 or Zod, I think that would have worked a lot better because I think that version of Zod.
I think you should have gone Smallville Zod.
Or Smallville. I think any Zod where you know he can work
Guys,
well.
This is my ignorance of Zod that may have taken down my team. I'm learning.
Well, see, he does work well.
I just like the idea of having a Kryptonian on my team.
He looks good he works well with the people that agree with him. They have to be underneath him, right? Those two that follow him in both Superman.
I just feel like he would lend to the
Steel.
fact that this isn't his planet, so he would trust in them a little bit towards the fight too. He would lend to their intelligence on who he's fighting.
I mean, Yeah, I guess technically he has no
That's what he does in
affiliation.
Man of Steel with Superman. And then he turns on him immediately because Superman goes, these people need to be protected, not ruled.
But who's gonna be protecting anybody? Like, who would be that kind of like good guy Superman character on that team? Though that's the thing. Like, Wolverine is not saying, well, we should believe in these people, right? Like,
We don't want that though. We're just here to kill you guys.
But that's what I'm saying.
I don't
like,
want to have like a reigning good because I don't.
There is no reigning good. So there's no one who's gonna piss off Zod in that way. Like, is Harley Quinn gonna start like trying to like, you know what I mean? Like no one's gonna be that goody two shoes character that would piss Zod off.
That could be your downfall though too. Like Cyclops and Beast, they're we can't do it. We better not. Like they'll stop Ghost Rider from putting.
I actually think U.S. Agent might be the fucking wiener to say something here.
If any.
Did we all watch the Captain Falcon?
Yeah, I watched it. Like,
yeah.
But he still wants to be loved. His reaction was, I think, not being able to be a perfect human. Like, that's what made the difference between him and Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers was the ultimate good guy. The jump on a grenade for the team guy. The guy that I will fight for what's right, even though I will lose.
Which is why Civil War is stupid and insane, but yeah.
but where you go when you get U.S. Agent was a great soldier, and it just makes what you are great. But the fact is, he comes with the fact that he knows he's great, so he comes with a little bit of super arrogance now, which we saw on the show. Like, I'm not just spitballing; we saw it on the show. I know. So like, you're gonna see that come to play, where he's not gonna back off from Zod. He doesn't know what he can do. He does not. We're going into all of this blind, like you said. He doesn't know what Zod can do, and right off the bat, he's gonna fucking step to him.
But I feel like
Wolverine doesn't care. Wolverine wants to win.
I feel like the soldier, though, like, he is a soldier and he does follow orders, and I
100%.
think and Zod is the leader.
He's Captain America, or the new Captain America, or
there's
US
a lot
agent.
of military background on my team.
Whatever you want to call it. But when you guys are not a military right now, you are thrown together.
We're trying to
he
kill.
Thinks that his leadership skills outweigh the other leadership skills. It's going to butt heads with Zod.
That's a problem with your team, is like lack of organization, because they don't have the type of training to be able to work as a unified team. Like a lot of loners, you know what I mean?
We're relying on
a super loner.
We're relying on Punisher to do all of that. Like, you're basically relying on Punisher to be so good at what he does in terms of like military strategy.
I'm relying on Punisher to lay out a good plan. I'm not relying on him to be like, all right, guys, let's be a team.
But how much time do you have to plan? Like, if we're saying no prep time.
This is your game, man.
Well, I'm saying if you have no prep time, you're just thrown together and you have to fight.
Punisher has no plan.
That's also my own team's flaw. But we all have this flaw. And what I'm saying is, like, we're all gonna crumble within before we face one another, if that's the rules you want to go with.
We all have that same possible flaw. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Well, no.
That's why it would be a fun shit show.
Yeah.
But I don't think my team actually would crumble before.
Oh, like, here he goes. Let's talk about why you're great.
Wait, hold on though. My team, I think if we talk about teams that crumble, like if now let's like kind of change this a little bit, right? Like, for fun.
Oh, that was change it to fit his narrative. Let's go.
If we
invites us onto a show and then changes all the rules on us, Sean. You see that?
No, it's like, if we were to look at this in a different way, if we were to look at this in which team, if we just ignore the fact they're going to fight each other, if you just say who would survive in a room together the longest, which team would survive together in a room the longest before killing each other? Whose team would win that?
That's fun. That's fun.
I honestly think my team would last the longest.
Tom's team. I think so too.
Because the only wild card in that without killing each other is Bane. And so if I have to sacrifice one, the rest of my 5 will coexist.
So wait, who on my team would be the one to kill? Like you have Beast, Cyclops, Stargirl, Wasp.
That's actually a good point. You don't have any bad guys, hey?
Like, the closest thing to a bad guy is technically Ghost Rider, but Ghost Rider is a virtuous bad guy, if that makes any sense. Like,
you're right.
Like, my team would just, they would all just chill. Wasp, Stargirl, Cyclops,
Yeah, you're
Beast
right.
would just chill. You know, Black Bolt would probably just sit in a corner somewhere, just not saying a
your
word.
team's not killing each other.
Like, unless someone else killed someone or did something wrong, and none of them have done anything wrong in their lives, which would make Ghost Rider be even interested in vengeance, right? So technically, my team is flawless in terms of chemistry, because they would just absolutely Wasp and Stargirl would just vibe. Like, they would just be.
You're right. And Beast and Cyclops get along, and Ghost Rider's like, I don't know. Your team is the most harmonious, I would say, actually. I'll give you that.
You guys have a whole bunch of wild cards, and that was I was kind of going for, like no wild cards, like in terms of personalities.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. That like when you design it that way, you have an argument as to why they would get along.
Yeah, my team wouldn't. We basically come to.
But you also have a lack of killer. You don't have any evil on your team, which means that you're not going to put the nail in the coffin to do the job.
But
you do lack that like the Beast and Cyclops both have it in them to do the right thing.
But Ghost Rider doesn't, so I'm good. I'm just chilling with that.
All of them might stop him.
I don't think they would, though. I just think
Cyclops would. Are you kidding me?
You would try.
100% Cyclops would. Cyclops is, as we said before, he's more of a Boy Scout than fucking Superman is. He's gonna go and be like, "This is wrong, X-Men," and then just laser beam.
Honestly,
you're right.
This is the strategy, though. You have them once everyone is like, you know, almost dead. I just get Black Bolt to scream, and then everything's done. I don't care, because Black Bolt's the last one standing. Then it's all good.
I feel like I'm in a martial arts class right now where they're like,
I don't know about you, but like if Sean and I are, like, we're not teaming up or nothing, but our first guy on your team that we're going after is Black Bolt.
But the only one who can, like, we can hide Black Bolt enough that the only one who could probably do anything to him is, in theory, Doctor Strange.
In theory, but like, I think with the portals that I have and with the super speed and training of General Zod, I think that that is the first guy to go off the board. If we're gonna take main guys off the board right off the bat,
biggest threat.
Black Bolt's the first one to go.
See, the one character I do wish I took, which I didn't, was Cloak. Cloak would have been so clutch in this, because he could have just like completely continued to could counter your portals by hiding Black Bolt until the end, and then there'd be less people actively fighting, but like that would have been a pretty. I should have done that. Yeah.
This has been a really fun discussion, anyways, though, on like how it would play out. Like it adds depths into the thinking of the characters in a fun way, right? I
think we all made good arguments for our teams and what our strategies are against one another. Yeah. But this is gonna be up to your listeners to decide who wins this, man.
Yeah.
This is gonna be we can still go for another 2 hours going, yeah, but
exactly.
So
I just realized we're at 1:45 already.
Oh my god, I wasn't even looking. Yeah. I apologize for that. That was it's
been fun.
It's been really fun, so man. Fun. We're happy to do this with you.
Yeah.
And so now with that in mind, thank you so much for coming on. Obviously, you can plug again. I know you just plugged.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, honestly, thanks for having us.
And everyone watching, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Who do you think is gonna win this? Who wins this insane fight? And you don't have to say me, even if it's true.
Oh,
because we all know I would win this. But you can say whoever you believe is going to win this. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the air quotes. And if you're listening to this on a podcast app, just know I put believe in air quotes. But thank you again, everyone, for watching. And if you have, if you think there's another kind of combination of the players or characters we used who would be good teammates, you can also comment that.
Yeah, who would you draft?
Yeah,
based
exactly.
on the names you heard. Are you gonna put out the draft list on your Instagram or whatever?
I'll definitely put out a graphic of all the teams. I don't know if I'll put out the characters who didn't get drafted.
Fair enough.
Just got to see how the graphic ends up working out, and if I have space to put them. But maybe I'll throw together another team of like the rest of them, because there's 6 characters left, so that would
very interesting. Yeah, you could do 1, 2, 3, and then you have them picked.
Yeah, and then the team with the team of the characters we didn't draft beat all of our teams. Cloak, Nick
I don't
Fury,
think so.
Kate
Cloak,
Bishop,
Nick Fury, Shuri,
Green Arrow,
Monica Rambeau.
Green Arrow, Monica Rambeau, and
Shuri.
Monica Rambeau. I go back and forth whether or not she should have been picked or not. But
I feel she has enough power in theory to be able to do some damage, because you think about new people with powers. Like a lot of these characters we've argued, they're new with their powers. They don't really understand them. Rogue, we said that for Zod. Like you can argue her powers probably are the closest to being the most powerful, even though she has no experience with them. But yeah, maybe I'll put a team together of those characters who didn't get picked. I don't know.
Yeah, this was fun. As usual, I always get turned against Sean.
Love you, Tom.
I love you too.
And thank you guys so much for coming, on and doing this. This was so much fun, and I wanted to like.
We'll do it again anytime you want to have us.
Yeah,
absolutely. We have to definitely stay in touch.
Great
and obviously,
concept for the show, dude.
I know. I was like, I want to try this, and then you guys were interested in doing it, so I was like, okay, this is gonna be awesome, because I just love your show, and.
Oh, thank you.
You guys are fun. Man. So fun to listen to. Yeah, and so I'm very bad at the whole ending thing. So do you guys have anything last words to say?
Have a great week, everyone.
Yeah, no, just hit us up on our socials, and you want to give us your own hypotheticals. We gave you the email, the number 2 sides of the story, pod@gmail.com.
And the link to your podcast will be in the description.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, everyone, for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.